Hi everyone, I'm going to the LXDE desktop environment on this machine. I have a 4-port powered USB hub attached to the iBook here, so I'm running a few things off of it. I have a wired optical mouse, a Dell mouse. I have a USB LAN adapter for wireless networking connectivity to the internet. I also have another 4-port hub that wireless card is attached to, which actually has an extension, or USB extension cables. Also have a 64 gigabyte USB thumb drive, and I have an older Apple keyboard attached to it. Alright, we just booted up into the LXDE desktop environment on this Apple iBook. It's a G3 366 Firewire clamshell model, the M6411. It has a 366 megahertz PowerPC processor, 576 megabytes of RAM. It's got a 32 gigabyte CF memory card, compact flash, that runs at 1066X, which translates to 160 megabytes per second read speeds, and up to 155 megabytes per second write speeds if you have the right equipment. That number, although it drops significantly on a machine like this, is still very fast. We're talking half of that, 80 megabytes per second, which is pretty fast, especially when you compare it to some older IDE hard drives for notebooks. Okay, have a quick look at the information here on the networking. Hopefully it won't hack me. Okay, we have two tabs. This is the wired connection. It's the default because it's much faster than wireless through a USB 1.1. And as you can see, we're getting the typical 54 megabits per second, supposedly. And up here on the wired, we have 100 megabits per second, so roughly twice as fast, and translates actually into much faster when it comes to loading pages. Alright, get rid of my hacking information for you. Anyway, it shows up both. You can see that there are several wireless networks that you can see. This one we have the chosen one. Yeah. Anyway, there are a few others that you can see when you're looking at just the wireless. All right, let's see how quickly we can get some of these web browsers to open up on this machine. Don't know if I've said this. This is the operating system here is Lubuntu 16.04 for PowerPC, and this being an iBook, it has an IBM PowerPC processor in it. All right, let's start with some quick ones. This is Dillo. It opens up to a web page on the hard drive, so it opens up quite quickly. Nonetheless, it also goes to its home page very fast too, mostly because it is very light on graphics, which this machine likes. It doesn't like heavy laden graphic websites. It takes very long to load them. Okay, let's go ahead. I've written down a few URLs. We're just going to use one of them because the other two are, I don't think I did that. There we go. The other two are way too heavy with graphics. CNN, the second choice here. Well, they start with a huge high-res picture, and so it probably takes in excess of 3 minutes for CNN to load altogether. Yahoo also has quite a few heavy graphics. All right, let's look here. Okay. Now, as you can see, there is no big picture right here, which means we may be using a web browser that looks for and is able to obtain web pages built for things like smartphones and other mobile devices with relatively small screens. Okay, that actually loaded pretty quickly. That was Dillo. It's not quite as fully featured as, well, it's not as fully featured as many other web browsers, heavy ones like Firefox. Okay, let's have a look at Dooble. This one takes about 8 to 10 seconds, I think, maybe a little longer. Alright, that's pretty quick. Paste that Macintosh Garden URL in there, press enter. And you can see this loads pretty quick. It's also got this picture right here that I didn't see on the last one. And this, the end of that one, that's Dooble. Pretty quick. Alright, let's try Firefox. This one can take quite a while, 30-40 seconds. And while we're doing that, why don't we go ahead and change the wallpaper. Get an idea of what multitasking is like. Alright, let's change it to I don't know. Oh, Firefox. Let's see. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, that's basically your show desktop. You can also shade them, which it's a little different, but kind of neat too. It just gives you the top order of the program. Anyway, I changed that while Firefox was running. Yeah, let's bring that back up. Let's see if it's actually loaded yet. The amount of video RAM in this machine is a little telling. It has 8 megabytes of video RAM. It does not seem to have the ability to take some from the system RAM, which is 576 megabytes. Alright, let's go ahead and paste and go here to Macintosh Garden, see how long that takes. Firefox being probably the heaviest web browser on here, although it may not be the slowest. Will take longer to go to websites. Okay, there you go. That wasn't too bad. Still loading a little bit, but might be all done now. There you go. Alright. Quick look at About Firefox. And there you go. You can pause if you need to read it longer than that. Alright, I'm going to go back to the Apple logo choice, I think. Which one was that? Apple logo. this is a different one. There we go. See what it looks like. And this is what's shading. There you go. A different one I made recently. Yeah, I'm not real excited by it. Alright, so let's choose a different one. Go back to that. Close that. Alrighty. So, this is the LXDE desktop on Ubuntu 16.04 for PowerPC on an Apple iBook G3 366 clamshell Firewire M6411. Alright, go ahead and log out. And I don't know if I have enough time to get it all, but yeah, we'll go ahead and log out. And the next video will send us to the Ubuntu desktop environment. And hopefully you'll be able to see how long it takes to do this. Log out to the logout screen. Usually that takes 21 to 25 seconds. Alright, that's it. End of the video.